radio how it's supposed to be heard. It's the Baka Boyz show.
What's going on? This is Drippin'.
Every day.
Here we go, Baka Boyz, special guest in the house one time. Come on, here we go, huh? Well, it's the Baka, baby. It's the Baka Boyz everywhere now, everywhere. It's the Baka Boyz, and we got some special guests for you. Here's the cast of Canal Street. Cast of Canal Street in the studio. Man, we didn't even practice that. I can't believe we did it right this time. Man, y'all remember that song, right? That's like history right there. So we have Rhyan Lamarr in the studio. Hi, what's
Ryan.
up?
What's good? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Came out from Chicago.
Yes, sir. I left the vortex.
Escaped the cold, and you're like, media makes it look worse than what it really is.
It does.
Come on.
Man, I walked to Walgreens and everything, man.
People are freezing out there, bro.
People's walking their dogs like it was a normal Sunday, you know?
And also, we got a couple other cast members. Introduce yourself. Come on.
What's up, everybody? What's up, the world? Baka Boyz in the morning. Thank you so much, Giovanni Watson.
Giovanni Watson.
With a dude, Don Benjamin, in the building.
Don Benjamin in the studio. So Canal Street, man, it's going down. I watched the trailer. It looks amazing. It looks very emotional. Got 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
98 now.
98 now? We got to get up. We got to get up to 99. So talk about the release of this, man.
Man, you know what? I think God has got his hand on the wheel in an amazing way.
Yeah.
We're an independent movie.
Yeah.
The actors make it look like it's a mirage.
Right.
We shot this movie in 16 and a half days for under $2 million.
Damn.
On borrowed time. Giovanni was there. Don was there. This was a labor of love. We wrote this script in 2005. It took us over 13 years to make this project. And the actors that you see came out because they love the script and they love what we were trying to do. Mm-hmm. And man, I mean, they just showed up.
The message of what you're putting out there.
And the thing is, normally, this is not normal to have a movie in select theaters open up and then the media and people and the word of mouth starts to build and you start to be able to get on platforms. Like being here, this is legendary.
Yeah, man.
I was with your homie the other day, Sway, legendary.
Oh yeah.
After our movie is out, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we're expanding in territories. That's not normal. It doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, definitely, man. And the timing of it couldn't be any better. When things are at an all-time high, there's so much stuff happening in the world right now. And I know you said you wrote it in 2005,
15?
Maybe, or he said 2005, I think.
Sorry.
Maybe, the response wouldn't be as high as it is now. What do you think about that?
What's crazy is that we were writing for what was going on in the city then.
Yeah, then.
It's unfortunate. This movie should not be relevant. Yeah, it's actually sad that it's still relevant.
You're right. Definitely.
That shows you how far we haven't gone, and what we're trying to do is it's not about let's shed light on this black on white, and what we're trying to do is get past that to be a part of the solution so we can actually change. Bringing people like Giovanni and Don on, board, they open up the platforms,
right?
So we can get people to talk. You can't make movies like this with just one type of person. You know what I'm saying? Because the world isn't made up of just one type of person.
Right. After seeing the script, Giovanni and Don, what triggered you guys to want to be a part of it? Besides, obviously, the great storyline of what it is. What really struck a chord with you guys? Anybody?
The storyline just hit home. Being I've lived in the suburbs, I've lived in the hood, and getting to experience both worlds, and being a biracial kid, but still dealing with the racism when you're in the suburbs and whatnot. So like the script really hit home for me, and then the cast and Gio. I've known Gio for years, and it just seemed like a great project to be attached to.
Right, Gio.
Yeah, man, just to piggyback off what my brother said, man, also being a biracial kid, being from Gary, Indiana, and having a daughter. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and, we live in a day and age where, unfortunately, we're dealing with these problems. And, my daughter went to go see it, and she was in tears.
Wow.
And when I read the script, initially, I'd never like to read the ending of the script of anything that I do because I like to be surprised.
You want to be surprised, yeah.
And my character was just... there's so many LaShawns in the world, and I just want to represent for that LaShawn that I was, and to show the world that, this stuff still is going on to this day.
Definitely.
And you need to be addressed.
In 2019,
and it seems
mind
like
you.
It seems like it's getting worse, guys, with the current state of our union, basically, who we have in leading our country.
That guy.
It just seems, it just
You
seems
can call
like
him a douchebag.
It's just
okay.
getting worse and worse and worse. So like Eric said, the timing, this is something that is happening, has been happening, even before there was, there was lynchings. There was really things going on way back in the day. Now we have a platform like this, so we can kind of change the narrative here. So what do you want to do? What do you want to come out of this for society? If people watch this movie, what do you want them to take away from this?
Well, two things. First of all, when you leave that theater, I challenge you to not feel uplifted. I challenge you to not want to be a part of the change. There's so many projects and art, and nowadays, art is more than just entertainment. For some, it's ministry. For some, it's a voice. I mean, look at it. You get to actually have people sit in a room that would never be in the same room, spend 2 hours together, that would never, fellowship like that before, to actually be a part of a project like this, And so with Canal Street, we wanted to really create something unique enough that could be discussed on social media platforms, radio outlets, TV, from everybody from Michael T. Williamson to Mekhi Phifer, to Bryce Gray to Woody McClain to Chris Spencer, William Lee. We were able to really bring about this conversation, right. And then the second thing is to step outside the box. You know what I mean? We're so inside the box these days. You got to step outside the box so people can actually think and not be afraid to do something different. You know what I mean? Like why can't Don be in a movie with Nora Dunn? You know what I mean? Like why can't that happen? You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And then it's who said yes. You got to look at who said yes to the project.
Yeah, let me ask you that, because I'm sure it had to be a long road to get it to where it's at right now. How many times did you guys get turned down? Turned away,
Look at this.
I don't look at it. Let's not say turned away. Let's say they missed an opportunity.
How many people slept on you?
They slept on this opportunity.
How about that?
How many?
How many people slept on you? Not physically, but you know what I mean.
I feel like Hollywood had slept on all of us.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a minute, but it's about the right yes.
Yeah, the right one.
So many times you can hear a no, but it sounds like a yes. You know what I mean? You can celebrate the no's all day. But, when you start to kind of change yourself and you start to change the people around you, that's when those yeses start to come. And we heard a million no's.
Right.
What feedback did they give you when they said no? Was it because you were showing two sides to the story and not just one-sided? Probably like what was going on during that time. It was just one-sided and people only wanted to hear, what they wanted.
The world from 2005 to, a couple years ago was a lot more protected of itself. So they didn't want to talk about these issues.
The real issues that are happening. They don't want to bring it to light. It's already happening in the streets.
Exactly. And then here comes a movie called Get Out,
Yeah. Flipped everything.
Comes in and starts to change things that are happening, the narrative, and starts to, creatively put things on the back. That people like Bishop Jakes and and Tyler Perry and people like that have been starting to push the pendulum forward. So now we get here where it's like, oh hey, black is popular. Right. You know what I mean? Where before it was like, I remember when we were trying to get this script out, it was like, it's too many black people in it.
It's a black movie.
It's like, and then those same people. We would find out a little bit later, hey, is there any way you can get more black people in a movie? Right? Because it's popular now.
Right. It's trending now.
Yeah, we're trending. Which is
Man, I've been trying to be black since '93.
Damn, Nick me. It's 2 after the hours of the Baka Boyz Show. We have the cast of Canal Street. Yeah. We have Rhyan Lamarr, Giovanni Watson, Don Benjamin. We're going to talk to him again, talk to him some more. If you're going to follow us right now. Watch us on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. Baka Boyz.
Hey, it's 5 past the hour. Nick V, Eric V, Baka Boyz have some special guests in the studio from the movie Canal Street. Make sure to follow the Canal Street movie on Instagram, and we got to find out where we can see this movie. That's what I really want to know.
Because it's like limited. So can you tell us where it's going to be playing here in Los Angeles or other major cities?
And also, I'm sorry, Ryan, before I want to make sure to encourage our listeners to try to get the movie in their city. what can we do? Can all of us, as a collective community, get this into every city around the world, around the country?
So first of all, if you're listening, go to canalstreetmovie.com. All you got to do is click on Find Theater and type in your zip code. If we're not in your area, just hit demand. All those theaters just have to see is that the demand is wanted in your area. We are in select theaters across America. In Los Angeles area, we're playing in Ontario at the AMC Ontario Mills 30. So everybody out there, make sure y'all been supporting over there. And then we're at the Long Beach Stadium 26. Which is right off of Carson. So as at the moment right now, we'll be expanding back out to actually down the street next week. So over here at the ArcLight. So just it's all about independent film. It's all about pushing. We're actually in over 100 screens right now across the country, in all the areas that we need to be, so we can keep on expanding. Chicago, Atlanta, Houston, the Bay. Like we're steadily moving and we're steadily spreading. And the best thing about that is if you're not everywhere, that means that everybody hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, definitely.
Real quick, before we go any further, for those who don't even know what the premise of the movie is, can you break it down for our listeners?
Actually, yes, I can.
I mean, he directed it, so he should be able to do it.
Let's test it.
You want to take this one? So Canal Street is about a kid named Coley Styles who moves from the south side of Chicago to the suburbs after his father gets a prestigious promotion at a law firm. Everything feels like it's going to be a fish out of water story. He ends up getting into it the first day of school with the school bully, pretty boy jock played by Kevin Quinn. The next day, that same jock shows up, winds up missing, and ends up dead.
Oh, damn.
And everybody saw him get into the tussle. Everybody saw them kind of, get into the squabble.
So automatically
he's already guilty in the court of public opinion.
I'd like to call to the stand Coley Styles.
Mr. Styles, please raise your hand and repeat. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Please sit.
Son. Are you a God-loving man? Yes. Then you will be vindicated.
His father takes the case on and to defend his son, of course. He goes up against a prosecutor played by Mekhi Phifer, who's also running for mayor. So he takes this case, and so it becomes this big trial, not only in the city of Chicago, but across America, and everybody's weighing in on it, just like they would today.
Right.
And so, again, you're defending two things, public opinion and the actual judicial system, and breaking down how our young minorities in America are judged before they're even given a fair shot. And so, everything takes place on Canal Street.
There it is right there. We have the director, Rhyan Lamarr. Also, we got Giovanni Watson and Don Benjamin. Man, 16 days you shot the movie, under $2 million. I mean, lots of no's, and now that you're out in limited release and it's out and it's running, it's getting great reviews, and the audience is loving it. Like you said, your daughter watched it and cried and stuff like that. What is going to be the satisfaction for you once it kind of like hits its stride and people it starts opening on all kinds of theaters and more people wanting to watch it and it's really kind of putting the message that you want out there? How is that going to feel to you?
I mean, we've already won.
Yeah.
The fact that we were, as independent filmmakers and as actors, getting something made in this town outside of the system. I mean, that's an accomplishment in itself.
Definitely.
Me and Gio's last film, Restore Me, we were in like 12 screens, and we're on Hulu and stuff like that. And we've already went up, you know what I mean? We've already accomplished more. And so I always tell people, be thankful for what you have and what you've accomplished in the moment. You know, because I think a lot of times we don't sit back and be like, yo, you've actually accomplished a lot.
You've accomplished something already. You've already done something.
Don't miss out on those opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and like Don, Don, you're working on a lot of different projects right now. I've always wanted to ask him this, and we've never been in an interview before.
Go ahead and interview him. Go ahead.
Being where you are, man, right? And, you know, and the modeling, and everybody looks at you as a model, you know, but people don't know you're an actor. People don't know you're an actual musician. You killed it on Spotify last year. Like, why did you get a part of this project? Because I've never asked you this.
Yeah.
And what are you working on? Like, how are you going to utilize this? I mean, I did tell him the other day, yo, you realize you're in a movie across America. That's what you came to do.
You know, I always try to keep myself humble, and I always look at myself like a regular person just trying to get to the next day. But I mean, this project is huge. To be in a movie in theaters with not only great actors, but like Gio's like been a legit friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? To see him prospering as well, it's a great overall experience, man. But I use everything as like a stepping stone to keep building my career. So I'm like, yo, this is just another checklist off my goals, and now tomorrow's a new day to get in a bigger role in a movie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I look at this like just an opportunity to push the next projects that I'm really working on and show the world, you know. In this, I kind of play like a variation of myself. It wasn't too much acting going on. So now the next project, I want people to see me really acting and see the next phase of Don Benjamin. So I think that's really what it is for me with this.
What's that ultimate role?
Yeah, I was about to ask you, what is your ultimate goal? Like, what role would you love to play? Let's put it out to the universe right now. Yeah. What does Don Benjamin want to play?
I want to do like some James Bond type stuff.
There you go. I can see you doing some James Bond.
Still swag and fly, but some real action where I just pull up and just kill the whole scene and roll out like nothing happened.
Maybe the next Batman?
Maybe the next Batman, yeah.
What about you, Giovanni?
Well, you know, I had a professional 12-year run, professionally danced with a lot of major artists like Chris Brown, Beyonce.
Okay.
But acting has always been my passion. But as far as me, like, it's just to be on that hit TV show series regular. You know, the next
that steady check, cut that check, baby.
You know, the next Will Smith, the light-skinned Denzel.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Being a part of this movie, Canal Street, and it's a very emotionally driven movie. How emotional did you get on the set during scenes?
For me, it wasn't a lot.
Not for you?
Not for me. Not for the particular days that I was shooting and the scenes that I was shooting. But let me tell you something, Jack. When I seen that first cut, which by the way was a lot longer than what the world would see, I was very emotional. Like my daughter's only 15 years old, and she went with her grandmother, and she went with her friend that's 15, and it's a legit post on my Instagram of them both crying, and she's saying, guys, you have to go see this movie. And for a 15-year-old to be crying, that means she understands.
Yeah, it hit a chord.
It hit a chord.
Yeah, it struck an emotional chord with them.
It did.
All right, Nick V, I think it's time to do Mouth Love.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna do. Do you guys know what Mouth Love is?
I don't know what that is.
Everybody's so afraid when we say Mouth Love. All right, so Mouth Love in the Urban Dictionary means something else. It means BJ, but we're not doing that here. So Mouth Love is positive affirmations here. Nick V writes these for us, for everybody that listens. Our listeners, they follow along with us. So if you guys feel good, if you guys feel positive and be a part of it, I want you guys to repeat what our instructor, Nick V, says today.
Okay.
All right, so
all of my chakras are open. I just had them checked. You know what I mean? So I want to bring that to our audience and make sure that they have something positive to take away today and to take into their lives and their mothers and their fathers. Everybody can get some piece of some mouth love. So if you will please breathe in deep, everybody. Let it go. Let it go.
Have you guys ever done Mouth Love before?
He drinks green juice right here.
They just look confused. Ryan looks like, I don't know if I want to be part of this.
All you have to do is repeat after me. It's just positive stuff.
It's all positive, man.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, look into the mirror, look into your life. Stop. Thank you very much, Eric V. The instructor is talking now.
Go.
Say, I am able.
I am able.
I am chosen.
I am chosen.
I am fearless.
I am fearless.
I nuck when I buck.
I nuck when I buck. There it is. Mouth Love.
Wait, look, you said nuck or nut?
Nuck. He probably does that too, though.
That is the goal.
Shout out to Danny Lay playing in the background too.
Yeah. Oh, you know that, huh?
He's on
I've
his
been knowing her
music.
since she was 15.
Yo, we got to get her up here.
Hey, that's none, but just let me know.
We got to get her up here.
Hey, before we go, Don, can we get some? Can we get a little verse on this right quick, man? A little something.
Okay. Okay. There we go. Don Benjamin.
Yeah, remember days that I was sitting in the back seat. Now your boy up in that movie called Canal Street. Woo. It's Don Benny, all about them Bennies though. Down at Benny Hanna's probably with a pretty woo. Yeah, getting big stacks, pretty dough. It's off the top, it's a pretty flow. Pretty boy, model shit, y'all know what I'm really about. I just be spitting, yeah, sitting on a pretty couch with a pretty bad thing, that's a dime piece. Looking for $100 billion in ivory. It ain't nothing new. Yeah, this ain't something, but it's nothing too.
Damn, Nick B, you cut him off. He was still going.
No, let me tell you something. My brother's really coming off the dome.
Yeah.
That was real.
That was real off the dome.
All right, Ryan, you next. You next, Ryan.
Ryan next.
Get it, Ryan. Go, Ryan. Go, Ryan.
Hey, y'all go see Canal Street.
Yeah, Canal Street.
Yeah, I do it. Hey, Denzel says go see Canal Street.
Tell him, Denzel.
Oh, hey, okay, all right.
Tell him.
They tried to kill my wife.
Hey, yo, hey, and don't sleep. Me and Ryan got another project coming out that we working on right now. A TV show that Gio plays my brother in. We play brothers in a TV show that we working on right now called North of the 10.
Yes, sir. Who's in it? Who's in it?
It's me, Chris Witowski, who's in What Men Want right now. Leroyce Hawkins from Chicago PD. My guy right here, Daystorm Powers. Yeah, it's about to be crazy. We got a good year coming up.
You gotta keep it in the circle, man.
CanalStreetMovie.com if you want to find out where it's playing in your city. Demand it to be played in your city. Thank you guys for coming. Rhyan Lamarr, Giovanni Watson,
Baka Boyz,
Don Benjamin in the studio. What's up?
Radio how it's supposed to be heard. It's the Baka Boyz show.
What's going on? This is Drip.
Every day.